This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. Now a carry for the shifty Dion Lewis. And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. Grady Jarrett with the tackle. On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. An 11-yard pickup for the Titans and a first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
They'll try to throw now. Mariota flush to his right. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 47. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. The former Indiana Hoosier here, Tevin Coleman. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Now Ryan on second down. And finding the tight end Hooper. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
First down marker at the 31. It's third down. From the gun, it's Ryan. It's caught. Jones. Ryan to Jones, the Falcon connection there for a first. After getting that turnover on the first drive of the game, you'd hate to just stall out the momentum, go 3 and out. They're able to avoid that there.
Yeah, we talk about complementary football all the time, but I think it's a little bit deeper than that. Defense went out, forced a turnover, gave the ball to the offense. It's now the offense's responsibility to pay that off for them, to show respect to them. Hey, you guys got a turnover? We appreciate it. They want to continue their drive.
On first and 10, it's Ryan. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball. And I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
The Titans offense now, they get ready to do battle again here. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves, maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Henry. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. Give him 2 on that run, and they're still left looking at a 3rd and about 9 to go. Now it's a bootleg with Mariota. Flushed out right. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. On is Kern, the punter, to send this one away. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Back onto the field come the Atlanta Falcons. We discussed what Matt Ryan did in Week 2 earlier. How about the run game? Because you remember they've got Devontae Freeman out a couple of weeks with a knee injury. So it's been Tevin Coleman. He did good in Week 2.
Yeah, he certainly did. And he wants his partner back. But at the same time, haven't met a back yet that doesn't mind getting the football. And Tevin Coleman delivered 100.
Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. And all the way down to the 26. It's a big play there for Atlanta. 46 yards. So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line. Here's Coleman. And he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, it's the Falcons in possession to begin quarter number 2. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. Ryan. Pressure up the middle, and down he goes. Brian Arakpo. Tough to handle on that blitz. He gets him for a loss of 5. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. From the shotgun, Ryan. And this one is incomplete. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it. When you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
Ryan steps away to his left. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. Well, let's take a step away from this game for a second. Talk about teams that are undefeated through 2 weeks in the NFL season. Miami, Denver, Cincinnati, Tampa Bay. How about those surprises all being 2-0 right now?
Yeah, the Jaguars, the Chiefs, and the Rams are all 2-0. Not a major surprise. You're exactly right, because they have one common characteristic, those teams you mentioned, Miami, Denver, Cincinnati, and Tampa. None of them made the playoffs last year. And what's the one thing we do know about the NFL? Roughly half the teams that made the playoffs a year before will not make them 2 years in a row. So these teams could be some of the early replacements in the playoff race for 2018.
And one more stat, 62% of teams that start 2-0 make the playoffs. Rumbling past the 30. And all the way up to the 45-yard line. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
That looked like a two-deep coverage, which we call cover two. And what that really means is you have corners, what we call rolled up in about a 5-yard area on the outside receivers. Then your safeties are back closer to the hash marks near the middle of the field, somewhere around 10 to 12 yards back. So if you can break through the first level, you've got a chance to run before you encounter any type of resistance from the safeties.
We saw the example of it right there. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Brooks Reed with a tackle.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. On 3rd down, Mariota. He can run for it, and he will. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th.
I liked his effort there. He got it done on his own. But let's face it, he puts defenses in a really stressful spot when he takes off and runs because a lot of guys have coverage responsibilities.
Good job of it. It comes, and he lost the football. Mariota had it jarred loose. Well, they deemed it 4-down territory, and they got 4 yards to pick up the first. 2 minutes remain in a scoreless first half. Back to Tennessee after this. They go play action here on 1st down. Got some real estate inside the 30. That's complete to Taywan Taylor. And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. From the red zone now, Mariota. His throw caught at about the 5. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down. Trying to punch it in with Henry. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. And the Falcons going to use another timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal. From the shotgun, it's Mariota. And he'll just chuck this one up into row G. It's incomplete.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. From the gun, Mariota dancing to his left. And he's just going to throw this one out of bounds here. Nowhere to go with it, incomplete. So on 4th down, here's the Tennessee field goal unit led by Ryan Sucko. Easy one. A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle, right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like that one?
What does that mean, break out? Just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, did we?
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. Following the interception here, Mariota eluding the pressure right. And he's going to score. It's a Titans touchdown. Marcus Mariota taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Titans find a way to stretch their lead. And his kick is good. Now here's Suckup out to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Going underneath, it's Coleman. Call it a 3-yard gain, and that'll make it 2nd down. Clock running, and the Falcons moving with a sense of urgency. On 2nd down, Ryan. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked by Kevin Byard. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Yes, the old tip drill works to perfection there.
You're bringing back great memories. Used to love that drill. And a lot of times in practice, you work on it, not just one tip, but multiple tips, just in case the ball stays in the air for a while, to have an awareness and the ability to go up and grab it, and then you want to get some blocking support and end up in the opposite end zone.
In that tip drill, what do you yell?
For us, it was Oski. Okay, Oski was an
interception. For different teams.
Different teams have different ways of doing that. But bingo, jackpot. The worst I ever heard, though, was Frankenstein. You don't want it to be a three-syllable word. Yeah. You want to get it right down and go. Oski is really the preferred word.
Oski.
Hey, let's go.
The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. Takes this up just short of the 30, but he was able to avoid that earlier tackle. Nice move. Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. On 2nd down, Freeman. Benny Logan in there on the tackle. First half in, and just like that, on we head to half number 2. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Titans hold the lead, and they'll get the football first as the 3rd quarter gets underway. On the return, here's Justin Hardy. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. On first down, Ryan. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. This is Freeman on first and 10. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
And that's another stop for the defense. Something we've seen all game long. They have been on fire today. No matter what's called by the offense, they've had an answer for it.
On second down, here's Ryan. Connects with Sanu right side. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. The first down line at the 34 here on third down. Now the pitch to Freeman. And some space here. 20. Touchdown, Falcons. Devontae Freeman, 42 yards. And the Falcons cut into that lead. That's the score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Out come the Titans now. They'll have it first on offense to start the third. They had that first half lead, but they have been shut down here in this third quarter, so time to retool a bit.
And probably need to tap into that emotional vein that gets them back to really playing hard and effectively. Because a lot of times we think it's just play calls and this isn't working and it's shutting them down. Sometimes when you get a lead, you lose your edge. You don't play quite as hard. That's what they're looking for here.
Trying to get that edge back as they've watched this lead shrink a little. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. And Duke Riley will get credit for the tackle.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Tackle made there by Robert Alford. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
The Titans on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 5. Working out of the gun, Mariota escaping the pressure right. Able to get away. Just keeping the play alive. He may try and run for this. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
Now, that was a whole lot of open space out in front of him, wasn't it? I'm telling you, Brandon, when things are going right, they are going right.
And everything has been going their way for the most part. I saw that lane start to develop. Boom. He took advantage of it. A first down throw for Mariota. Throw right side caught by Davis. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46.
Now, that was well defended. And as a cornerback, what you're taught when you see a wide receiver screen, Either you get underneath the play before the blocking forms, or you're going to have to fight your way through it by getting through some blocking. That was a really nice play there.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. First down, Mariota. And incomplete on the deep ball. Despite the lead here in the fourth, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all. And to me, it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead? Or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Extend it. Have some fun. And nowhere for him to go again. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. And in this situation with the lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
Buying time to his left. That'll make it fourth down after a loss of 1. So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. He hit his first. Now this from 43. And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is. And no mistaking that sound. It reverberated through the whole stadium.
And it's the sound, Brandon, no kicker wants to hear. It looked like he had it on target the whole way, but the upright said,
Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. Here's Ryan. Throw right side, caught by Ridley. Past the 20. Touchdown, Falcons. Calvin Ridley, 67 yards. And the Falcons draw a bit closer. Bryant's extra point up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Here's Bosher to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. They've been asleep for a little while on this side of the football, Charles, and the score is just a one-score game now. Haven't had any points this half. What gives?
Let's go old school here. All right, let's get back to the basics. Get back to running the football, high percentage throws. Find the guys that eat pressure and make plays for you. And make sure they touch it.
And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. First down, Titans, gain of 12.
Well, it may seem a little unorthodox to some people. Got the lead, fourth quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You're talking about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Now Mariota. Throw taken in by Taylor, left side. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
And that is incomplete. The Titans try it, but ultimately they fail on 4th down. And the Falcons will take control of the football in great field position. They'll throw on first down with Ryan. And he will find Ridley on the left side. A really good pickup of 28 yards. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
Yeah, when we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, they like his work ethic. This guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
Here's Coleman on the toss. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Tevin Coleman, a 12-yard touchdown run. And the Falcons have taken the lead here in the fourth. They get one more as the extra point's up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Here's Bosher to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. The Titan offense now working their way back onto the field. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. He'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. He's going to let it fly. And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. And he is out of bounds just a yard or two shy of the 30. And that one results in 35 yards.
Let's go.
Back to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Brian Poole. He's at the 40. And he will score. Touchdown, Falcons. I don't know who all is to blame there, but I love seeing pick sixes.
Nothing like seeing someone pluck it out of the air and go the other way and see people try to change directions. Hard to do.
Bryant tacks on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Vic Beasley in there to drop him as the clock continues to roll. Now a second down throw for Mariota. Being chased out left. Left side caught by Matthews. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. And give him a gain of 37.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, it was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Taylor. And he is out of bounds just a yard or two shy of the 10. He got 29 yards that time. Mariota now to throw on first down. Steps away to his left. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Brandon, some of those windows to throw the football that exist when you're between the 20s, they don't exist when you're this close to the goal line. But as a former...
And this is caught down for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
25 seconds to go. A must recover if they're going to have any chance.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
They run. Devontae Freeman. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. And the Titans going to signal for a timeout defensively as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. Freeman again. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. Now another timeout here called by the Titans, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. On the right hash, officially this will be a 51-yard attempt. And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. And that'll push the lead up to 8. From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. They have time here, partner, for just one final heave.
And I have to look at it from the defense's perspective here. We know what they're going to do on offense. The Hail Mary, try and get guys down there and throw it in the end zone, tip it around and catch it. You've got to have guys back there to defend that, but also you can't allow the quarterback as much time as he wants to set up and throw it. Maybe you bring a little extra pressure to make sure he gets rid of it quicker.
A little bit of a cat and mouse game. We'll see if they bring that pressure. Well, Charles, this one's going to be hard to digest. You take the lead into the 4th quarter, lose that lead. Maybe they felt like they let this one slip away a little bit.
They will definitely feel like that, because when you have a lead in the 4th quarter, all you talk about doing is finishing and closing a game out. But when you flip it over, how about that? Making the comeback and then finishing the game, sealing it on defense, they will feel jubilant in their locker room.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com.